The recording is also being started. Okay, so let's start from the beginning actually. So for all of you who knows what is going on, they can take a break. So because for you who are focusing and had no interruption, they knew what was going on. So you can take a break. So let me start from the beginning right now. So this is the website that we are actually automating right now. This is like a trial website that we are automating right now. So for example, let's just assume this is the page that you will be automating. So this is the page you will be automating. Let's just assume, and per your test case. So there are, for example, let's assume there are 3 test cases. So there are 3 test cases. Each test, the requirement of each test case is to click to make sure that if all of these 3 buttons are working, and as per your test request, test case, make sure all of these 3 buttons are working properly. So what is the job of these 3 buttons? Each button. So after you click each button, it will take you to a page. Well, all these 3 buttons takes you to the same page. Well, in real life, it doesn't happen like that. In real life, 3 buttons takes you to 3 different pages. But for now, in a simplistic way of manner, let's just assume that these 3 buttons takes you to the same page. Okay, so you will be writing 3 different test cases for this button. So so let me show you a sample test case. So let's assume that these test cases will be in Excel sheet, but I just wrote this in Notepad. So this is test case 1. Next test case will be test case 2. Over here, everything will be the same. And right now, the next test case will be click this button using class. So your first priority will be always to use by ID. Okay, if you don't get ID, then the next priority will be name or class or something else. But make sure that the element that you're selecting, you have to be unique. If the same element exists in any other element, it won't work. Okay, so as per our test case, our first test case is to click this button right here. So how do we do it? How do we click this button? So we hit F12. After hitting F12, we go here, we scroll here, and after hovering here, we click this button, and then as you can see in the right hand side, you can see the element of this button being populated. As you can see that this button is made with ID, and the name of this ID is ID example. So we have to click this button, right? So how do we automate this? So the way that we automate is, as we did it before. So the first couple of lines will be your configuration. For example, system.setProperty is where that you see your browser. You locate your Google Chrome driver right here. So system.setProperty, you're locating your driver, and then web driver, you're opening your Chrome driver, and then you're maximizing the window, and then driver.get, you're going to the website, and then from there you write driver.findElement by ID, and you actually in the ID you actually write that element name, and you click it. After clicking it, you have to make sure that it goes to the right page. How would you know it went to the right page? You actually so after it goes to the page, you actually define a marker right here. So you actually identify this element right here. So you're saying that if this element shows up, it means your test case passed. So over here, this element right here is made with class. So what do? You write driver.find element by class name, main title. The name of this part piece is class main title. So what do? You write driver.find element by class name, main title is displayed. It means that if the main title is displayed, the test case passes. And then driver.close and driver.quit. So after this, you're closing the browser and you're actually finishing the test case. So, the brothers and sisters in Texas class, are you guys a bit clear now?
The test case one is clear.
Okay, good. Okay, how about other people? Is Ahmed in class right now?
Negative.
Oh, he's not in class. Okay. So in Texas class, how many of you guys did that test case one from yesterday?
Uh, we are two in the class right now.
Okay. Okay. So make sure in class everyone. May everyone make sure you guys are doing what Mr. Sarkar is doing. If you have problem, make sure you come to Mr. Sarkar and get together and figure out what's the issues. So this is what to do for the first test case. Okay. For the second test case, what do you have to do? For the second test case, let me go back. Okay. So Smita and Sarkar is in class right now. Okay. For the second test case, you actually click this button right here. Click the button. But you have to use the class property to click this button. Okay. So guys, please pay attention. So we press F12 again. After pressing F12, we hover our mouse on the second button and we click it. And as you can see, the name of this element right now, there is you can see on the right hand side that the name of this element right now, there is no ID here, there's class. So we have to use the class right now. So the name is class button class example. Okay. So what do you have to do is we have to do the same thing right here. Instead, so right now we're saying driver.find element by class name. So in the first test case, for the first button we wrote ID, right? But for the second test case, we are writing by class name because the element, the button over here is made with class. As you can see, input class. So we over here we use the class name. And what is the class name? Button class example. And then after we find it, we click it. So let me rewrite this statement again. So for you guys can understand what is going on. So driver dot find element by dot class name, and then you copy you just put Control C and you put Control V and dot click. Yeah. So in this way, it will click the second button. So let's test this out. So it will click the second button now. So how do you run only the second test case? We hover our mouse over the second test case name, and from here we right click. After right click, we go to run as JUnit. Okay, it's running the whole thing. Okay, this is not ideal. 1 second, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. So the ideal will be to click with the left button. So make sure you click it, then right click and then go to run as JUnit. It will run only the second test case or only the test case you want to run. So make sure you click it, left click, then you do right click and then select run as JUnit. So right now, as you can see, it clicked the second button and right now it's the test case passed. So Mr. Sarkar, go ahead and try to do it. Okay, so how far are you right now? Is it working for you? So after that, we'll do the third one. So if you're clear on the second one, I want to go to the third one actually. So the third one is actually clicking the button with the name. So what we did was we made a separate test case. So we made a separate test case, and in this test case, we're just clicking the name button right here. So system.set property, everything is the same. And over here, we're just, so right now, as you can see, let's go to the third button. So let's click, let's identify the third button. And as you can see, it's identified by name right here. So what do? We write driver dot find element by name, and the property of this, the name is name example right here. As you can see, name example. So so we write driver dot find element by name example dot click. So try out the third button as well. Okay, so hopefully we are. How far are we right now? So, Mr. Sarkar, are you comfortable at this moment? So, can I
Yes,
go into the next topic? Okay, so you had a chance to quote for the third button right here.
not yet, but you can proceed.
Okay, so on the third button we're doing the same thing. So we are actually, as you can see, we are writing the button name. So the next button will be clicking this name button. So we are, as you can see, that we are writing here. So we're doing the same thing again, and so so the element is identified as name. So we put name example dot click. So this is how we did the three buttons. So when you have a chance, you can go over. So if you're not, if you're, so when you have a chance, just go over this button and make sure you automate them. Okay, right now let's do the next one. Right now, let's try to click this button here. Click me. So class, let's just try to automate this click me button right here, and let me know when you're done. So same way, make a separate test case, make a separate test case that I did, and try to click this button, and let me know when you're done. So guys, how far are we? Are we able to click this click me button right here? So online and Texas class. Are you guys able to click this button right here?
Yes.
Good. So it's working for you, right? It's working. So it's the same thing. It's very similar.
Yes.
So let me see what's the name of this element right here. Okay. So so as you can see that the class name is this one, ETPB promo button. So you just have to click here, and you'll be able to click. So Mr. Sarkar, go ahead and share your screen and run this test case for me. Yeah, sure. But there is a tag here. So okay, so go ahead and run this test case. So I made you the presenter. You can share your screen now. We didn't see actually. So can you run from the beginning? Okay, great. It's working. All right. So let's try something new right now. Let's try to automate this, successfully fill out this form module right here. So what you have to do, so as part of the test case, you have to write your name, write your email address, and you have to click the button email me. So how would you do that right here? So you have to, let's make a test case again. So as we know that right now every test case our configuration will be the same. We'll be going to the same we'll be going to the same website, right? So as we know that couple of the things will be the same. We just have to change couple of things. You don't have to rewrite everything. So right now we are actually checking the email. So we can uh, rename this test case as email, and then we can take out this part right here. So as we know for sure that every test case as of now, it will be doing the same thing. It will be locating the Chrome driver. It will be going to the window, maximizing the window. It will be going to this website, right? So right now, what we have to do is we have to write our name and email address here, and then we have to click email me. So we have to do, for example, your name is John, and your email address is john123@gmail.com, and you have to click email me. And when you click the email me button, this icon comes up. Successfully fill out this form, subscribe, look for the confirmation email. So okay, you don't have to validate this at this moment, don't worry about it. But if you want to validate it, you just have to locate this element right here. As you can see that it says that this is a unique part right here, that you can do a is displayed on this class. So if you want to do a validation, you can do a is displayed on the class etpb subscribed. So you can do that as well. So right now let's automate this part. So let's identify the element of name. So this is your identifier of the name text box. You can also, if you want to make your life a bit easier, you can copy and paste this in a separate notepad. And what's the element of the email address? Is this one right here. So this is also an ID. So you just store it in a notepad just to make your life a bit easier. Then what is the element of the email me button? It says it's a class. Email me button. Okay. So right now we can automate this part right here. So we can write driver.findElementBy.id. So we can take this element that we have stored, Control C, Control V. So right now we have to write something. We don't want to click it right now. So we want to write something in this name text box right now. So what do we have to do? So we have to dot send keys. Then we have to write the person's name, which is John. Okay. So right now, if you want to click something, you put dot click. If you want to write something, you write dot send keys. So when you put dot send keys, that time it gives you option to write in the text box. Okay, so right now let's go to the next text box, driver dot find element by ID. Then so we stored in our notepad. This is will be our ID for the email. So you can write, you can copy paste here. Then we need to write the email. So we put dot send. So as soon as you put S, the send keys comes up. You just have to hit enter, and it will auto populate. Then you can put quotation and you can put the email address john@gmail.com. Okay. So right now, as you can see that we successfully filled out the name and the email address. Right now, we have to click the email me button. So right now, what we have to do, we have to click this email me button right here. So driver dot find element by. So the email button, it's class, right? We actually identified the web element of this button is class. Oh, I forgot to write class here. So just want to make sure. So this is class. Then we put dot click. Then after this, we driver dot close and driver dot quit. Okay. So over here, as you can see that we have also a clicking action. We also have the we also this test case also have the capability to write something in the text box as well. So one more second. So this test case, as you can see, it runs really fast. So there's a way to make it a bit slower. Okay. So right now let's run this test case. Let me see how it runs. So first of all we do a click, then a right click, then go to run as JUnit. So as you can see, it's writing, and it clicked the email me button, and it closed the browser. So go ahead and try this out and let me know if you have any question. So guys, how far are we? Texas class online people. Okay, so let's take a 5 minutes break and then we'll come back and we'll do something new. And if you guys have any problem, make sure you tell me. So okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. Hello, everyone. Is everyone back? Hello. Okay. So, how far are you guys right now? Is this code working for you? Hello.
Hello,
Yes. Go ahead, please. Who is this?
Amber.
Okay. So, Amber, how far are you right now? You had a chance to run this. Is it
Yeah,
working?
yeah, it's working.
Okay. Great. Good job.
Thanks.
Let's try. So, let me see if this is working. Okay. So right now, this will be a little bit challenging for you guys. Okay. So right now, make a test case. All of you in the class, make a test case that will click in this login button. After clicking this login button, you will fill out the username or the password. It could be anything that it will fail, but it's okay. And then it will click this login button. So go ahead and try to automate this. So as per your test case, you come to this web page. It will click this login button right here. After clicking this login button, it will fill up this username uh, and password. Then it will click the login button. So go ahead and try this out right now. So guys, how far are you? So it won't let you log in, but at least try to, try to see, try to input the username and password and try to click the login button. So that is the part of your test case. So Hana, Sarkar, and Smita, how far are you guys? You guys are a lot quiet today this week. I'm kind of getting worried actually.
Share my screen. Share my screen. Share my
Okay, sure.
screen. Share my screen. Share my screen.
Okay, so what? Wait a second. So scroll left a bit left. Okay, great. Looks awesome. So go ahead and run your test case. That looks great. Uh, it's supposed to log in, right? It's supposed to go to the login page, but it's going somewhere else. So can you go back? I mean, can you close the? Yeah,
I have a
I
question.
don't think. Yeah, please. Yeah, yes, Ahmed, go ahead.
Okay, for the click me and the login page button, both of them have the same class name. So how do I know which
Yeah.
one is it gonna click?
Okay. So 1 second, I'll be there. Um, so you might have to use the XPath. So I don't. So I'll be introducing the concept of XPath in a few moments. So that's why it's going to that's why it's going to a different button right now. So that is the issue that is happening. So that is a very good question.
Can
So
we
let's
go step by step? Can we go step by step? Can we go step by step?
Okay, so let me try it out right now. So where's the login button?
So I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Arnav is saying that the over here the click me button, I mean the go to login page and the click me button right here is the same. So that's why it's immediately it's all the time is going to the click me button right here. So Arnav, you're saying the same thing, right?
Yes.
Yes. So right now we have to do is we have to introduce a expat button right here. So we have to choose something unique. So over here, as you can see that we have a href. So we cannot choose a class because it, as because there is more the class name is not unique. It needs to be unique. So that's kind of challenge that I wanted to give you, but I think I kind of went a bit further, but it's okay. But I'll be doing that right now. So so to achieve that, you need to use the XPath right here. So right now, as you can see that your href means hyperlink. So over here, as you can see that your hyperlink is wp dash login.php. So if you use a hyperlink to expat hyperlink to click it, it might work. So you at this moment you have to use a expat. So what is a expat? Expat is actually expat is actually a way to identify the elements. You're making your own actually you're making your own locator, so that's why you use the XPath. So let me tell you something about XPath right here. So I have a web page already. So my plan was to go to XPath. In this morning I was actually going over XPath. So let's just read and I'll just share this web page to you. So XPath inside Selenium WebDriver complete tutorial. In Selenium automation, if the elements are not found by the general locators like ID, class, name, etc., then XPath is used to find an element on the page. So the reason we use XPath is because if you don't find okay, I have to share my screen. Just give me a moment. Sorry about that. So we have to use the XPath. So this is the web page. This is the Guru 99 web page. I'll actually give you in writing. So the reason we use XPath is in Selenium automation. If the elements are not found by the general locators like ID, class, name, etc., then XPath is used to find an element on the web page. In this tutorial, we'll learn about the XPath and different XPath expression to find complex or dynamic elements whose attributes changes dynamically on refresh on any operation. Okay, so let's just focus on the first paragraph here. So if you don't have any good, so that the time we use XPath when we don't have any legitimate locators like ID, class. So for example, if you don't find any unique ID or class name, that time you use XPath right here. As you can see right here that our element in login page et is the same as, so our element is login pages et pb promo button, and if you go up over here, click me, it's also the same thing, et pb promo button. So right now when you are coding for this one with class, it's always going to the click me button. As you can see, it happened for Mr. Sarkar. It's going to the click me button. So it's not unique. If you don't have a unique element, this problem happens. So right now, what you will do? How would you click this element right here? How would you click this element right here? So there's one more element after class. It's called href. So which is called the hyperlink. So we have to use this hyperlink. To use this hyperlink, we need we have to actually write in a XPath format. So make sure you guys are aware of this. So right now this is actually the format of writing XPath. So this is the writing of format, writing XPath. So XPath, you have to select the current node. So this forward slash means current node. The tag name means that what kind of tag name there is. So at this moment, as you can see that there is a tag here. No, there's no tag here. There's only href. So there is no tag here. There's only href. So this is a tag. For example, a class. So there's the anchor tag here. So there's no tag here. So you can just leave it blank. And there is attribute here. So attribute name would be over here. It would be href, hyperlink. So attribute will be hyperlink, and the value of this hyperlink will be right here, WP login PHP. So that this will be the value of this hyperlink. So let me just write it. So let me copy and paste this. So email, okay, so our class did not work. So we have to use a different option. So we go by hyperlink. Okay. So right now we have to make this element an XPath. Okay. So right here we just have to follow this format right here. So // at href So this is the XPath. I think we have to just plug into when you so we just have to plug in this code when you select XPath. So let us do this by using XPath right here. So let me copy paste this. Let me change this name and then name it login. Okay, so let's try it now. So driver dot find element by dot XPath. So let's take this path right now. Dot click. So let me see if this works right here. So for some reason, it's not clicking the login button. Probably I did something wrong here. Okay, there's a way to check your XPath element. So give me a second. So right here, let me copy and paste this XPath. So somehow it's not unique enough. So that's why it's not working. Okay, so there's a problem. Probably the XPath that we have put here is not identifying this login page. So we have to find a unique one. So we can also use text. So let me see if I can identify by using text here. Okay, this won't work. So I have to change this text. 1 second. This text is go to login page. So let me see if I can. It's still not clicking it. So there might be a problem here. So this is actually a way of relative XPath. So I don't know, your path is not right here. So maybe the path that I gave is wrong. So I think I have to go and investigate the path about this issue. So there's one more way that you can identify this um, element. So you can do one thing is you can go to Fire. If you use Firefox, there's a way that it automatically generates the XPath for you. So let me see. Second. So if you go to So let me see if this works. This is a bit unexpected for me, but I'll probably next class I'll show you in full detail what's going to be the solution of this. So right now I'm using an absolute XPath. This is not recommended. So if your relative XPath is not working, you can use this XPath. So this is the auto-generated XPath that is made by the FirePath of the Firefox. Google Chrome doesn't have it, so I had to go to Firefox. So I'll be in a second. I'll be actually show you how to get this XPath. Still not clicking over here. Okay, probably I think I need to spend some more time on it. Probably by next week I'll be showing you how to click in this login button. I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with the element here. So I need some time to investigate actually why this right now this login page button is not working. Because I've tried everything and it should work. No, because I apologize for this part. So on the next class, I'll show you why this button, how to work with this button. It's a bit stubborn here. None of the XPath is working here. So I have to give a bit more time. Okay. So right now, go ahead and try to edit this radio button here. So try to identify this radio button here. So try to click one of these buttons with your test case and see if these buttons are working. So make a test case that will help you to click the first one, the second one, and the third one. You don't have to make it separate. Just make just make three steps. So let me find out the element of these three buttons. So right now, these three radio buttons have three different unique elements. So right now, as you can see, the first one is called checked, name selection. The second one is also okay. I guess you can also use type here. No, I think you'll have the same issue. So I have to go over the elements of XPath for you. So probably next class, I'm still researching on XPath. So on next class, I'll actually show you how to identify with XPath. So for now, let's just focus on these elements here. So how to write, like test case, how to write, and test cases about clicking and validating. So let's just focus on these things. So on next class, I will actually teach you some more complex stuff. So at this moment, so just focus on this part right here. So if you just don't have any question, I'll end the class right now. So make sure you just practice the test cases that we did. And there are some other pages that you can also try test cases. For example, let me give you 1 second. This is the website I've been teaching. So this is also a very good website actually to play with the different elements and to interact with the different elements. In our tech file, we also have our own tech file testing website. So probably next week that will be operational and you'll be able to play with more elements as well. So just right now at this moment, so whatever test cases that I gave, so practice on that. And on the next class, we'll learn something new as well. And on the next class, we'll be also jumping into page object model and everything. The website I'll give you in an email. So just practice on these things and try to be proficient. Next class will be on XPath and on page object model. So if you want, you can also research yourself about XPath and page object model. That could be your homework. So tomorrow on the next class, I have to spend less time on explaining new things. So whatever I've taught so far, probably you guys are a bit proficient already. You guys know how to click. You guys know how to write in a text box. So you guys are already good into that part. So right now, research on, so your homework will be researching on XPath and researching on page object model. So I'll give you the video in the web page, in my email, and in that you can watch some videos. You can do some research and maybe probably do some coding as well. Okay, so guys, I think that should be it for today. And if you have any question, you can email me in the week if you have time. We'll practice more. So, yeah. So take care and have a good day.